What's going on, everybody? Right now, I'm going to be working on consistency ratings, I think, for the rest of the league, just so I can knock those out. I got like 13 teams left I got to do. Nothing really pertinent to work on with the 2K roster at the moment. It's going to be another update in 2 days, but I don't expect it to be substantial, given that we took a week off for All-Star, so there isn't a ton to really go off of. I guess big news for the NBA is CJ McCollum's back. Just loading up a couple
Are you doing this on
windows.
current gen on Next? Also, do you have a file on 2K Share?
Hey, what's up, Rocket Andretti? Am I doing this on current? Are you doing this on current gen? Yes. Not on Next. Do I have a file on 2K Share? Yes. Just search for, if you're on the PS4, just search for Real 2K and I should pop up. The file should be in like the top 5 downloads. I think it's number 4 or something for basically the entire year. You can search my gamer tag Real2K Insider. And that's how that'll pop up.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Just cleaning up my Excel doc. The Nuggets have been dealing with a little bit of injuries throughout the year. Do they play today? No, looks like they're off. Right now we got Jazz Celtics on TNT, Knicks Sixers at 8, Cavs Heat, Thunder Bulls, Hawks Rockets, Pelicans Blazers. CJ's coming back for that game. That'll be on TNT also. And Lakers Timberwolves. The Knicks game is deceptively, I don't know if interesting is the right word, but it should be close or competitive, just because Embiid's going to miss that game. The Knicks are a 500 team, and the Sixers are 15 games above 500. But one would think that Embiid not being there would mean that that one should be pretty close. I'm interested mostly. Let's see. Yeah, I don't care about the Cavs Heat game. The Bulls Thunder game will be useful also because that's going to be the second game with their new starting lineup. And the Hawks are undefeated in the Nate McMillan era, and they match up against the Rockets. I think the Rockets are getting a lot of players back from injury, so that one should be a good one also. And Lakers Wolves should be a laugher. Yeah, let me check out some Rockets news. Rockets are hopeful that John Wall will be able to return for Friday's game. Okay. Ben McLemore is out for Tuesday. David Nwaba will be out an extended period of time while seeing a specialist for his sprained right wrist. Nwaba has been trying to put off surgery, but he was basically playing with one hand while he was out there. So he's like, is he going to miss games or not? Because he was supposed to have surgery, and then he ended up playing 2 games. And now they're saying that he's going to be out again. So he's not playing. He's not playing Tuesday. Okay, that's the, I guess, most important part. Okay, Christian Wood's listed as doubtful. Let me head over to the Rockets real quick, just to make them adjustments. Yeah, so I do think that Nwaba. I worked on the Rockets in my last stream, and let's just do a little cleanup here. I do think that Nwaba, this one's for real this time. He actually, the fact that he's seeing the specialist again after playing 2 games, I do think that he's going to actually miss some time now. Sounds like they might have both these guys back on Friday, so I'm not going to deactivate Wall, but I'm also not going to reactivate Wood yet. And I'm going to deactivate Karuk because he hasn't played all month due to an oblique strain. Doesn't really matter because he's not in the... His rating isn't high enough for him to show up in the rotation anyway, but... And just for due diligence. Yeah, their whole team's fucking whacked right now. Daniel House is questionable. I guess that's worth keeping an eye on. If he plays, we get to reactivate him. They certainly need him. And Tristan Thompson's out for the Celtics. Tice moves over to center. Ojale enters the starting lineup as a 4. And no issues there. What's his name? Robert Williams should get extended run for this game. And yeah, I'm gonna also deactivate Kevin Love. As he's only played 11 minutes since his return. Like, he came... I don't understand why he came back, because he clearly wasn't ready. Okay. Who else is out? DeMar DeRozan has, I think his father or his grandfather died. He hasn't played. He's away from the team. Let me just see how long he's been out. He's missed the last 3, and he's not playing today, so I guess I'll deactivate him. Four games is kind of like my cutoff for when to deactivate players. I'm not sure who's been starting for him. It's probably Vassell, but... Oh no, it's been Lonnie Walker. Yeah, that's fine. He doesn't show up because he doesn't have second position. Okay. Yeah, I guess we got to throw that on him. And then... Oh, god damn it. Okay. Who else? Who else? Onyeka Okongwu. I know he's been day to day for a while. It's probably time to deactivate him too. Oh no, that's a lie. He was day to day about a month ago, but he played, it looks like 3, 4, 5, 9 games in a row, and then he missed. He's gonna miss. This is gonna be his second one missed. Let's see. I know we need to deactivate him. All right. I think we're good on injuries, so I'm just gonna bang out the consistency stuff. I use RPM for that. It's available on ESPN. Okay, so offensively, Jamal Murray ranks 24th out of 86 point guards. Monte Morris 38th. All right, so it's going to be a boost for Murray. Boost for Morris. Campazzo 55th. Yeah, that's fine for him. That's fine for Howard. And they're classifying Archie Hampton as a point guard for, I guess, whatever reason. He's 81st out of 86, so we will. Yeah, 45 is already pretty low. I think I'm willing to bottom it out. Okay, and then looking at defense, Monte Morris is 5th out of 86 points. Are the Nuggets good defensively this year? The Nuggets are 15th defensively. They're 5th offensively. That's kind of to be expected. 15. Actually, they're exactly where they were last year, pretty much. Last year they were 5th offensively and 16th defensively. This year they're 5th and 15th. So pretty consistent. Let's boost up Morris a little bit. Where's Murray on this list? Is Murray in like dead last or something? Let's see, Marcus Howard's in 50th. It doesn't really matter. Well, 2K gave him a 25, and that's different from my floor. My floor for this attribute is 40, so I'm gonna give him a 50. Campazzo 67th. Yeah, 50's fine for him. Murray has a 90, but I didn't see him. Maybe I just missed him. RJ Hampton, 77th. Jeez. Warriors. Yeah, where's Murray? Oh, okay. Murray's an 8th. I don't know how I missed him. Okay, yeah, 90's fine then. Okay, let's check out 2 guards. PJ Dozier. They got him 82nd out of 122 shooting guards. That's a 60. Yeah. 60's borderline. 99th for Gary Harris. 55. Kind of same thing. It's borderline. You could go 50. You could go 55. I'll stick with the 55. I don't know. Maybe that's actually. No, I'm gonna. I think we actually just drop up both by 5. I'm gonna go on the glass half empty here. Gary Harris, of course, completely forgot how to play offense over the last couple of years. Never seen a corner shooter just forget how to shoot. PJ Dozier ranks 3rd in defensive RPM for shooting guards. So, yes, it's a big boy boost. Gary Harris also ranks 8th. Got Gary Harris at a 95. We're going to throw 95 on Dozier also. Hopefully this drags his rating up a little bit. Okay, let's go on to the 3s. Will Barton and Michael Porter Jr. 15th for Porter Jr. here. Yeah, 85 is fine. And then 55th for Will Barton out of 91 small forwards. I think we can drop him a little bit. Go 65 there. We're just going to boost him up. Because again, my floor is a little different than 2K's. For Barton's fine. He ranks 12th. we're dropping this clown. And then raising him up. MPJ ranks 80th out of 91 small forwards, which is better than last year. Let's see where he ranked last year. Oh, well, last year they're counting him as a 4, it looks like. I don't want to go too deep down this rabbit hole, but yeah, he's the second. He was 98th out of 99 power forwards last year. Hence my 40 rating. So hey, he's a little better. I'll boost him by 5. Power forwards. JaMychal Green is in 14th, and Paul Millsap is in 15th. So we can boost up Paul Millsap. Out of 83 power forwards. Just to see what I gave Thaddeus Young real quick. $85. I wonder if maybe I'm supposed to give Thaddeus Young like a 90 or something. I have been trying to get Thaddeus Young's rating up a little bit. Let's see. The 99s would be Giannis, Durant, and Zion. I think that's pretty crystal clear. And then like Anthony Davis is a 95 because he's just not at that level offensively in terms of like he's not he ain't doing it up every single game like some of those guys are. You know, each of those guys is the number one option on their team, essentially. Oh, I got Markkanen at 90, and he's basically the same as Thaddeus Young this year. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna do that. That didn't change his rating, right? He was already an 82. Good. Okay. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to tweak both of those guys up there. I think that brought Millsap up. in my dock. All right. Zeke. They're counting as a power forward for some reason. Just go like that. I haven't given him a full edit yet. Maybe I need to do that this stream. I don't think he's played much, but he's played 25 games. That might be enough to make an edit off of. Okay, let's check out their defense. Millsap ranks 24th. And that's a big step down from where he was last year. Last year, I think he was among the top 2 in power forwards. He was top 3 after Giannis and Bam, ahead of Jason Tatum and Pascal Siakam. So yeah, I will knock him down defensively. Which makes some sense because I've been raising the ratings of a bunch of guards so far, so it would make sense that if those guys are overperforming and the defense is the same place that it was last year, that Millsap would be the one like taking the hit. JaMychal Green, 54th out of 83. It's like a 65. Similar conversation. He's getting dropped down a little bit. Zeke is 57th in his limited minutes. They've got him at 45. Sure, we'll 65 him here as well. Okay, let's knock out the centers. Joker, of course, is number 1 in the league offensively. So, surprise, surprise, he is maxed out. Number 1 among centers. League-wide, I think he's top 5 or something, but I expect whoever's tops in the league is probably a point guard. Most likely Steph Curry. Could be LeBron also. Hartenstein is 64th out of 83 centers. And oh geez, he was a 90 last year based on like last year's kind of small sample. All right, so that's getting tanked all the way to like 55. I don't think that even affected his overall rating at all. All right, but defensively is what I'm most interested in for these two. Ruh-roh, looks like Joker's going down. Yeah, Hartenstein, 51st out of 83. So let's make him like a 65. Seems reasonable. And Joker is 71st defensively. Oh, we missed Bol for offense. I gotta go back and do that. 71st. Jeez, that's a big drop. I'm gonna 55 that. Yeah, so all the front court players, for the most part, have low defensive scores, and all the guards, for the most part, are pretty up there. Campazzo being like the exception. Where's Bol? Bol's 74th for centers in defense. Let me see his offense. It's probably been down there, pretty down there too. Oh no, it's 52nd. Okay. Which is better than Hartenstein. I just missed it. All right. Yeah, so I'll do that. Ooh, right on the borderline, huh? Alright, well, I don't actually want his rating to go up, so I'm cool with that. Okay, looks like Murray went up a point. Dozier went up a point. Whitty went up a point. And Hartenstein went down a point. Just organize a little bit. Will Barton is starting. Okay, hold on. How many games did Monte Morris start? Only 10. Okay. He started 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. He's missed the last 2 with injury. They kind of have a tricky depth chart decision at the moment. Let me see how many games Millsap missed. Okay, looks like Monte Morris was starting for Millsap, and that it was bumping, that it just bumped Barton and Porter up in the lineup. But with Millsap healthy, Morris probably continues as a sixth man with Barton as the starter. So I'm going to switch Barton's position. I think this alignment makes sense. Also, I think I need to age up RJ Hampton real quick. Yeah, let me make sure the ages are okay for everybody on this team. Yeah, RJ is 19. Zeke is 20. Howard and Bull are 21. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's all good. Whittington 27. Yep, that's what I was looking for. An old ass rookie. Yeah, okay, everybody's good. For there. Okay, whoops. Yeah, positions look fine. Not 100% sure on these guys. One of these guys might be a 3. Might be Whittington, which would make the most sense given it's 6'8", 210. Possibly Kankar also. And Zeke might be an actual 4 based on his lineups. Yes, let me see that. Lineups for Zeke. Let's see, he plays next to Hartenstein, Joker. Yeah, alright, yeah, okay. Easy swap there. Although, I mean, they're already loaded at the 4. But yeah, Witt's almost assuredly going to be a 3. He's only played 12 minutes, so it doesn't it barely even matters. But yeah, let's see. I mean, he's a shooting guard in this lineup with Marcus Howard, Whittington, Kanchar, Bol, and Zeke. But it looks like he's a 3. And pretty much, yeah, he plays with Bol in all of his lineups, so pretty easy 3. Yeah. And like, I don't know, he's such a weird one. The worst part of roster editing is you spend a lot of time working on players that like barely play. He's played 174 minutes in his NBA career, 129 minutes this year, and I have to like, he's like 50-50 on his minutes at the 3 and the 4, and I got to figure out what his primary is. Most of the reason why I have him at the 4 is he was a 4 at the G League, which is where he played most of his time last year. He didn't go down to the G League this year though, so hopefully his lineup data was a little more reflective. We can get to the bottom of this. Okay, a very clear 3 in his top lineup because he's playing next to Hartenstein and Zeke. And similar in his second lineup, he's next to Zeke and Bol. But then he's a 4 in his next lineup, next to Joker and 3 guards. Joker, Porter, and Kanchar. And that's where I think things get a little tricky because 6'8", 236, 6'10", 218. Like, which one's the 3, which one's the 4? You can't really tell from like the lineup data. You would actually have to watch to see who they matched up with, and get the context out of it. In his next lineup, he's a 3 again next to Joker and Zeke. All right, yeah, I'm more convinced now. Yeah. Let's push him to the 3. Makes him a little big for a 3. I know 10 years ago this would have been normal size, but um, 236 is a little on the heavier side now for your average 3, as you could probably tell from this. 6'8", 236 is mellow size, but those guys are all playing the 4 now. But I think that cleans up the position glut pretty nicely. JaMychal Green, he's healthy, right? I think yeah, he missed the same amount of time. The games that Millsap missed, Green also missed, but he came back for the last 2 games. So let's reactivate.
You should make fictional draft classes, LOL.
Why would I do that? I am much more interested in the real stuff. Yeah, the moment we get into fantasy type stuff, I'm moving off of the basketball. I'm playing like a role playing game or something. You know what I mean? I'll create characters in Skyrim or something like that. Playing.
LOL, fun stuff for the My League, but I get it, not your speed. I definitely appreciate this.
Yeah. That's just kind of how I look at a lot of the features in this game. Is I don't play this game very much anymore because everything, it's kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none. Any type of game experience that you can get in this game, you can get a better version of it somewhere else. So I don't play the My Player stuff or anything else like create a character, grow your character stats, etc. Because there are just other games that do that better. I don't play the My Team stuff because my team is basically a gotcha game, and there are better gotcha games out there to get your fix on. I play a game called Marvel Strike Force, which is essentially the same thing. It's a character collector where you build up your characters, your roster of characters, etc. And I've been playing that for 3 years, and I just don't have any. Um, there's no reason for me to do the same thing with 2K. You know what I mean? I think a lot of the people that play 2K don't play every mode in the game. They only play like their two favorite modes at most. Hold on, yeah, those are the only two guys out right now. Let me just adjust depth chart or make sure depth chart's okay. Okay, Harris.
Yeah, I used to play my career but stopped like 2 years ago. I only play my league.
Used to play my career but stopped like 2 years ago. Yeah, I haven't played my career in probably on this entire console generation, like 5 years. And I would never play it like that extensively. I would just play it for like a month and get bored of it. Like that mode is just not for me. Yeah, Morris is sixth man. Green seventh. Dozier 8, Composo 9. And then looks like Zeke in 10th. Yeah, Zeke playing over Hartenstein kind of late. So 9, 10, 11.
Random, but do you like Kingdom Hearts? LOL.
Like the original Kingdom Hearts. I did play Kingdom Hearts 3, and it was very disappointing.
I couldn't agree more. Horrible, bro.
Yeah, I think my biggest problem with Kingdom Hearts was, well, weirdly enough, was the integration of the Disney stuff was just like none of it got lost in its own sauce. Like there was so much focus on whatever. I never played any of the sub games. I only played the first Kingdom Hearts and the second Kingdom Hearts. I never played any of the other shit that like fleshes out the story because the story doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. And they focused. There was so much focus on like whatever the story arc of that is. That like what is even the Disney stuff here for? It's all kind of like tacked on as a. Well, we were under contract, so we had to do it. I appreciated that like the first two games, at least integrated. they integrated it a lot better. At least that's just my opinion. I don't know. I haven't played it in over a year since whenever it came out. I did not beat it. I think I got up to the Pirates of the Caribbean world, and I was like, why the fuck am I playing this? Okay. Oh, hold on. Oh, dang it. Okay, so he rates one less at small forward, which is why he's not starting over Morris. Maybe we just do this to him. That's not going to take him the full way up, though. I guess let's look at where they're at. Statistically, any reason to boost?
I got into the game when I was young because of the Disney stuff, but they could be took more time into letting the story play out if the damn.
Yeah, I mean, the whole story, like, I didn't understand why there wasn't even a reason to be visiting different worlds. Like, there was no interconnected, like, whatever we were chasing. I don't know. It just didn't seem like there was much. Each world has its own, like, standalone story in that game. Like, there's nothing that's really, like, weaving it together. Part of it, I guess, is because you can kind of choose like where you go to first, but not really because of like level caps and stuff, or like the difficulty of like, so you know, one world's going to be easier than the other, so you would not naturally go to whichever one's easier. But I don't know. I theorized that I liked the original
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts.
LOL. The only thing that weaves it together is that each world has a heart and they wanna take it.
Yeah. I liked the original Kingdom Hearts because it reminded me of a game called Secret of Mana. If you're familiar with that, they re-released it for PS for current gen or whatever. They did nothing with the re-release except make like a graphical update, so it's like a Super Nintendo game with good graphics. So it's not. I wouldn't recommend buying it or anything, but I basically likened Kingdom Hearts to like the 3D version of that, whereas like Secret of Mana was like a 2D platformer where you kind of traversed the world. And acquired skills and stuff. And it was one of the first games with like a 3-party system. So if you had a multi-tap, you could have 2 of your friends controlling the other 2 characters. Kingdom Hearts, I think, was the first game I remember in like a while where you had 3 party members, but you could only control one of them. So that's just kind of what it reminded me of. And then I thought the second one was, like many sequels, it figured out what it did right and improved upon it and negated some of
Wow, never
the
heard of it. ILL check it out.
it negated some of the downsides. Like in the first one, the worst aspect of it was the gummy ship, which they redid in the third one to make that like a functional thing. Like people hated that shit, and then I think I ended up liking it in the third one as like a exploration kind of like it was like a ripoff of Star Fox in the first one. And maybe I just liked it a little more in the third one because I haven't played Star Fox in God knows how long, but it seems like they put more focus on that than they did like the rest of the game to make that like enjoyable.
Emoji happy tears. Emoji happy tears. Facts.
And the second one didn't have the gummy ship at all. I think that was secretly one of the good because I like a lot of the elements in it. Like you had to buy parts to like upgrade your ship, all that stuff was just like
It
very
did.
non-essential to like the core of the gameplay, or at least what they were doing right. So I think they were right to scrap it in the second one. And I guess the third one, maybe that's why it took them so long to come out with it. Is they had to spend probably like 5 years
The second
like
one had it.
building that shit up. The second one had it. I don't remember it. I haven't played the second one in so long.
It was better than the first.
Okay, well, I will take your word for it. I don't think I actually owned the second one. I think I rented it
But not
and
good as the third.
I think I rented the second one and beat it on the rental. Like played it for 30, 40 hours or whatever it is to make sure that I knocked it all out. Where are we at with this?
That one was the best one to me.
Yeah, the second one was great, and then they killed their momentum by not releasing another game for however long, 12 years or something like that.
But who you got winning it all this year?
In the NBA, I don't know. I would want to say the Lakers, but I don't know if they have enough firepower.
NBA, yes.
Like, I hate to say it, but probably the Nets. I don't know. The Nets have no defense. Maybe it's just the Sixers, but I don't know. It's tough. Like, funny enough, so we look at the top four teams in the East. It's the Nets, the Sixers, the Bucks, and the Heat. The Nets don't play defense, which is going to work against them in the playoffs. The Sixers and the Bucks both collapsed in the playoffs last year, um, and health is always going to be a major issue for the Sixers. But those are your other top two teams, so they have major questions entering the playoffs. And then the fourth team is the Heat, who kind of on the outskirts. I believe in the Heat more than I do in the Nets. Strange as that might sound. Like the Nets have the most firepower, and they, in theory, should be healthy by the end of the year. But the Heat are the better two-way team for sure. Although the Heat's offense has been
Sup. Doesn't he sound strange?
The Heat's offense has been awful this year. So I don't know. Some of it might depend on, none of these teams are finished products. We still have a deadline to go through, and the buyout season. If the Nets get Andre Drummond or something on a minimum deal, or any of those teams really get Andre Drummond. I'm not an Andre Drummond fan. I think he's one of the most overrated players in the NBA. But if he's like the 6th or 7th best guy on your team, you're probably in a good spot. Conversely, in the West, like, I don't know what's going on with the top 4 teams are the Jazz, Suns, Lakers, and Clippers. And the Nuggets are 5th, and the Blazers are 6th. Like, I don't. The Lakers right now are struggling a little bit with since Anthony Davis went down. They'll be fine come playoff time, and they're one of those teams that are assuredly going to add somebody in the next 2 weeks after the deadline and the buyouts. Clippers, they've been struggling of late. What's their 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're 4 and 6 over the last 10. So they likewise have been struggling. They're another, their record kind of doesn't matter. They're just trying to keep everybody healthy for the playoffs. And Utah is I actually like Utah the most out of all the West teams.
I wish someone would tell them to fire Ty Lue.
Well, he ain't going nowhere. He's just signed a 5-year deal, I think. But yeah, they are. Last year they were 2nd offensively and 5th defensively. This year they are 2nd offensively and 18th defensively. So as much as as much as they might have complained about Doc Rivers, and mind you, 5th defensively, and that's with Montrezl Harrell playing half the minutes at center. Like, I don't know. Maybe they might ramp up their defensive intensity come playoff time. I don't watch enough of the Clippers to know if there's anything schematically that Ty does that is making the Clippers worse on that end. Because again, 18th defensively, and who's their team? They start Pat Beverly. They have Paul George and Kawhi. They have an all-star. They have an all-defense backcourt. This short of Ron Harper, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. How many defensive perimeters can you name that are on par with this? And then Nick Batum is the 4, Serge Ibaka as the 5. On paper, they have a great defensive team. So something's getting lost in the execution somewhere. I don't know how much of it is Lou Williams dragging them down, or it doesn't look like they have much defensive, too much defense on the bench.
I think a lot of it is things that would be considered personal, honestly.
Personal, you mean personnel, right? I don't know if Siri butchered that or not. Yeah, I see, Reggie Jackson's been starting at the 1 a lot due to injuries. Luke Kennard's been awful. He's basically given them nothing. Terrence Mann he's okay in the regular season, but he ain't going to sniff the court during the playoffs, so it's kind of irrelevant. And I think Marcus Morris is normally a little bit better defensively, but he's been struggling. He was hurt to start the year, so just his conditioning and everything. I think a lot of it is just going through the motions. I don't know. That's all. It's all just speculation. I do like the Jazz. The Jazz are the most well-oiled machine out of any of these teams, and I'm not that big of a I know in the playoffs who your stars are matter. But I think the Jazz have the most potential out of a lot of teams to be like the next 2004 Detroit Pistons, and that they don't need they have a number of all-star level players that can make up for them having a lack of superstar. Whereas like and like as good as the Lakers are, they are worse than last year. Mainly because like Schroeder hasn't panned out, Harrell hasn't really panned out, and the guys at the end of the bench kind of are what they are. So that's why they've been struggling a little bit with Davis out. Is like their depth is actually exposed. Like they can't function without their top two guys because they need to be able to stagger them so that one's on the court at all times, or else things are gonna fall apart when they go to the second unit. Um, like if I think if the Jazz face the Lakers in the playoffs, I would not. It would be a lot closer than you would anticipate. Like I don't think it would go the same way that like the Lakers Nuggets series went, because the Jazz do defend, and I think I think a player like Donovan Mitchell can step up in the playoffs and become that superstar level player, or at least like fill that role offensively, which is kind of similar to like what Chauncey Billups and Rip Hamilton did in the playoffs. Like they were kind of like low end all stars during the regular season, but they were capable of handling a slightly larger scoring role once things mattered. And the fact that they don't turn the ball over and they shot free throws very efficiently kind of just added to their value. And Mike Conley, of course, is also dumb underrated, and Rudy Gobert is the best defensive center. It's like modern Ben Wallace, if you want to make that correlation. All right, so I got to figure out how to get, or if I want to figure out how to get Barton over Morris legitimately. I guess Morris looks like he's been struggling a little bit. His stats seem worse, so he could probably drop below an 80. Oh yeah, Morris over his last 10 games, 9 points per game in 30 minutes, 41% from the field, 24% from three. Okay, so Morris we could probably drop down, and then we could probably finagle Barton up. So let's see what's going on. Okay, Morris. We're going to do that. He's still shooting 35% on the year, despite the cold shooting of late. 76 from the line, which is kind of surprising, but he's 81 for his career and 84 last year, so I'll just take him to an 81. Okay, he does have a 99 mid-range, which we're going to get to the bottom of. I mean, last year he was 55%, the year before that 44%. So career was like 50%. This year he's at 31%, brings his career down to 47. So, all right, last year 99. This year he's at least like, he's a 94 or worse. Let me see exactly what he's shooting. He's 8 for 26 from mid-range. Yeah, let's go like 89. That drops him a point. Could even make an argument for less. And then close range, 40 of 96 is what? 42%. His close rating's fine. Layup rating's fine. Really, this is the biggest difference maker. Last year his production was ridiculous. 57 of 107, which is 53% between season and playoffs. So like, even though he's only 8 for 26 this year, I don't want to freak out too much. Stat up a little bit. Dunks, let's see. He's dunked 3 times in his career, none this year, once last year, twice in his sophomore year. Probably, I'll just drop that 5. Like the bare minimum. Shot IQ, that might go down, let me see. Oh, and his assist rate. Yeah. Because he's been playing the 2 more than the 1, his assist rate is, yep, it's in the gutter. So, hold on. Oh, yeah, lots of stuff going down. Okay, we got him at a 78. I think he might be good to go. Let's just see the shot IQ real quick. 13.8. Oh, I'm bugging. Hold on. I dropped his pass accuracy way too low. His assist to turnover ratio is ridiculous. 123 of. His assist to turnover ratio is like 4.9. That's probably the league leader, if not like top 3 or something like that. I don't know exactly where to check for that, but. Yeah, that is ridiculous. Okay. Well, that throws a little bit of a wrench. 3.6, 14.6, 17.6 is... we could drop his shot IQ like 3 points. Steal rating, not great. We can drop that actually a little bit. Second. Um, Okay, how far off is he? Kind of far. Um, I'm gonna drop his stamina by 5. He's never been much of a rebounder. Yep. Yeah, I guess. The only way we could get him down further is by just dropping his mid-range a little bit, which I think I'm okay with. Like, he hasn't really shown it this year. I think 86 is fine. I think this can go down. Yeah, let's 65 that. Ugh, so far. And he doesn't really have any badges on him either. Actually, you know what? Executive decision. 79 is actually fine for him. What we really probably just need to do is just tweak Will Barton a little bit. And executive decision. I know that the scales for shooting guards and small forwards is kind of messed up, so I have no issue giving him a little boost there to compensate for it. Okay, all these guys are at 79. I think that's actually fair, considering Harris is the normal starter anyway. Okay. That didn't fix it, so I'll just apply the that to it. Okay. Alright, let's see. Jamal Murray's rating is okay? Or... yeah. Maybe. Yeah, what is he shooting for mid-range? Yeah. He's like just good enough to leave alone. Yeah, I think if anything, some of these badges are probably dragging Murray up a little bit. Probably stuff like pick and popper. I don't know about that. And volume shooter. Yeah, let me tweak some of his badges, I think. Oh, I actually haven't worked on his badges at all this year, so These are all 2K's badges, really? Okay. Let's see what's going on. Teardropper. The rest are all silvers. Okay. Is that accurate for the data I got on him? Oh, I didn't do the tendencies for this team. Okay. Dang it. Alright. Sets. Gem ball. Okay, looking at last year's shooting data. Four alley-oops, 27 bank shots, 33 dunks, 77 fadeaways, 1 hook shot. Floaters is 66, 74, 84. Turnarounds, 28. Step backs. This is cute. Okay, 67 and 130 is what? 130 minus 67 is 63. I guess I could have done that in my head, but all right, 63 mid, 67 3. Then pull-ups is 63 and 159. Okay, 159 mid-range, 63 3-point. Okay. That's very illustrative. I'm glad I did that. That's fine, right? Yeah. Okay, step backs. Spin. Pull-ups. Okay, yeah, that. Get up there. Okay, so with all that data in mind, okay, teardropper bronze seems accurate. All these I think are okay. I'm not gonna go crazy over them. Really, it's these that are kind of a little okay, it looks like I did do them, I just didn't color these in. Yeah, hold on, is that okay? Yeah. I just did not. I did do his badges. I just didn't notate it properly. Okay, silvers. gold for volume. I don't know if I agree with that. Equals gold. We're gonna drop that down to a silver. I don't know what the I don't know what this pick and popper bullshit is about. Jamal. Like, he had 24 possessions last year. This year he's got like less than 10. He's got a goal because he shot it well in those limited possessions. Like, they don't understand sample size. Yeah, I'm straight up just taking it off of him. Or like, you can make a tiny argument for bronze, but I don't know how compelling your case is going to be. Gold. All right, difficult shots. That's probably one that should be a gold. He was taking 4 step backs a game and 2.5. Oh, it's not 4 pull-ups a game and 2.5 step backs a game. That was in the regular season, not even the playoffs. So there. Is he really a corner specialist? Not really. Only 13% of his shots in his career are from the corner. Like, percentage-wise, sure, he shoots a lot better from the corner, but as with most players, because you're not really shooting off the dribble from the corner. I think the 2K's concept of like they don't really understand like how basketball works when they design these badges. Like, most of the reason why the corner 3-point shot is efficient is A, slightly shorter distance, but B, it's a stationary shot. You're not jumping through any hoops. So, like, the players that do shoot well, it's not like they need like a badge to boost their percentage or anything from the corner. Like, it's naturally supposed to be an easier shot. Like, your corner 3-point percentage is like what you would normally shoot if you were uncontested, like above the break threes. I didn't have to jump through any hoops to get those shots. Silver, Deadeye, sure. Did I already drop volume or whatever? No, okay. Let's do that. I don't know, it's steady. Yeah, also let's bronze his corner specialist. I'm not down with it being silver. just fine. I'm not like super sure on Green Machine. Increases the bonus given for consecutive excellent releases. Like, so basically this badge has nothing to do with like the NBA or anything. It's a straight up video game badge. It's all about shot timing and how consistent you want to make the player. So I think I don't want to make him super consistent. Just silver him. The rest I think are fine. Ice and Veins. What did he do in the playoffs? Playoffs, he shot 90% free throw shooter in the playoffs. For his career, yeah, silver's probably fine. Like, I don't know how. Probably like Ice and Veins. The entire concept of the badge probably just needs to go away, and Clutch Shooter just needs to do both of like. There's no reason to have two badges when one can do the job of both. That's kind of how I look at that one. Silver, silver, silver. He doesn't have ankle breaker. I'm just gonna throw a bronze on him. That seems a little. For him to have badges in all of the other ball handling badges except for that one seems a little suspect. More like an oversight. I'm gonna take floor general off of him because he's not. He's a scoring guard. Really more of a 2 than a 1. And I mean, what's his assist rate right now this year? Like, he's borderline. Like, I'm not even sure if he deserves Dimer, to be honest. That might be what's dragging him up too. Yeah, a lot of these badges are like gold, flashy passer. Yeah, I'm gonna drop that one. It seems like an arbitrary, like, dragging his rating up type of badge. Lobber. I don't even know if he's a. Why would he need Lobber on this team? Because like, who are the bigs? Joker, Millsap, JaMychal Green. He ain't throwing lobs to anybody. Like, unless it's. I don't know how many Michael Carter Jr.'s catching, but yeah, I'm not. Let's take that off of him. Maybe if somebody could show me data on it, I'd be a little more likely, but right now we want oops, what did I just do? No, definitely not that. We want to minimize Murray's playmaking effectiveness a little bit. And then heading over to defense. All them changes and I still didn't drop his rating. I don't know if Needle Threader is also where we want to be. I'll kind of allow it. He has no defensive badges. Okay. Well, he's very close to a decrease. Where does he rank among point guards? And 2K's got him at an 86. So I've already downgraded him. They have a higher opinion of him than I do. I have him at 85, which is on par with Malcolm Brogdon and De'Aaron Fox. And a shade above LaMelo Ball and Kyle Lowry and John Wall. I'll allow it for now. I think we probably took Murray from being like an 85.9 to being like an 85.2. Maybe cleaned up his badges a little bit too along the way. He's fine. Porter Jr. I don't think he needs to get touched up. Probably can't hurt. Mid-range. Let's boost that up a little bit. Okay. Free throw. That can go down a little bit. Close shot. Ooh, close shot looks like it's better than. We change his archetype to 3 level scorer. I think we're okay with him at 85. I can boost block rating up a little bit. Yeah, I don't really have an issue with him having like the same rating as Murray. Let's see, Millsap. Yeah, Millsap's still as effective as ever. .86 3-point. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I guess we drop his free throw rating a little bit. Anything else? Yeah, not really. Maybe his mid-range rating. Let me just see. Millsap is 0 for 2 from mid-range this year. 2 for mid-range, and last year was 6 of 18. It was 41% for his career, but hasn't really shot it well the last couple years. Obviously, small samples, just to reflect that. Well, yeah, I mean, he shot it much better in his first, in his 20s, when that was more of a staple of a power forward's arsenal. So I'm just going to make that like a 71. Just to reflect he really shouldn't be shooting it from there. Drops his rating a point. I'm cool with that. Millsap. Okay. That drops him down to Thaddeus Young territory. Which I think is fair. Like, I don't know. I didn't have too much of an issue with him at an 83. 82 is kind of fine too. But really, I want to get Thaddeus Young up. I'm very high on Thaddeus Young for this season. Anything else? Dozier. Hold on, I'm doing things a little out of order on my file. Alright, Murray's good. He's good. Well, Barton could probably use a couple badges, but I'll do that later in the year. He's a shot creator? Hold on. Yeah, let's touch up PJ Dozier a little bit. Make sure that he's okay. He's partially shot creator because he's got high ball handle ratings and stuff. He played point guard last year. Maybe we need to drop some of those a little bit. His defense looks fine. His rebound rates look okay. do this actually. Probably drop that. He's another. This entire team, it looks like, needs a full badge overhaul. Uh, 2.8 block percentage. It's pretty up there. 48. Okay. Well, I don't like sharpshooter on him either, but all right, let's see. Okay, yeah, we can drop his ball handle rating. Maybe his layup rating needs to go up. That would give him a different archetype. Well, it would help if he produced like a player that we could do that too. Well, he's not really shooting free throws well either. It kind of feels like I'm tweaking random things, but nothing that is going to really fix the issue. This is mid-range rating. Is a little high, but not egregiously so. Drop his rating. So that's not what we were out to do. I guess his pass rating can go down a little. The whole shot creator thing just kind of blows me. Would I just be okay with like two-way shot creator? I guess. Like I'm not. That's not. I don't know. Maybe I need to adjust my how I view him because he's not really a 3-and-D player in the traditional sense. He's not a corner shooter. He does create his own shot. Like, yeah, I guess he is a shot creator. Just not in any type of volume. Shot IQ 1.5, so 14 rate. That can go down. Okay. I think I'm done tweaking it. Like, as soon as I edit his badges, he'll jump back up to like a 78. So I'm not like, super worried about that. He went to a 74 with the position swap. Guess let me just see what he's doing at a base. 42% on threes. Egad. Yeah, let me tweak that. That's obviously incorrect. Like even cautiously, I think 82 is pretty good for him. Probably throw badges on him too, like catch and shoot, corner specialist, shit like that, pick and popper. But I'll do that another time. Rebound rates are in the tank. He's only played 254 minutes, so I mean, I'm not gonna go nuts. But over half of his shots are threes, so. What's his three-point tendency? Let's make sure I got that correct. I did update tendencies for all the players, so that should be okay. Yeah, that's good. I will actually tweak that up by 10. Going to change him to a stretch 4. So now I got to look at kind of the rest of his. Anything else that like absolutely needs to change while we're here? 70 strength is probably a little low. actually like that this boosted his rating. That gets him above Hartenstein, Konchar, and Bol Bol. So he'll show up properly in the depth charts. This 42 pass perception is probably silly. Let's just make it a 15. Okay, nothing else I want to really change on them at present without giving him like a full update. Okay, I guess we'll check in with him. I'm sure Joker's ratings are fine. We already dropped his defensive consistency earlier. I don't see where he's at because he basically not doubled, but another season of 200 something minutes gives him a little bit of a clearer rating. Yeah, there's actually not really anything to change here. This production's pretty consistent, which is a good thing. Like there's a handful of ratings that you could change. I could tweak like, you know, three points in each direction, but I don't think it's necessary. Just chalk that up as like fluctuation, and I'll check in with him at the end of the year once his full sample's complete. Alright, I think we are done with the Nuggets. 18 teams done, 12 to go. Checking in with the scores around the NBA. Jazz are up 6 on the Celtics with 44 seconds left. I'll probably tune into that in a second. Looks like Mitchell 19, Conley 17, Ingles 14, Clarkson 20, Gobert 14 and 11. Boston size 29 for Tatum, Ojale, Goose Egg, Tice 15, 11, and 6. Pretty solid game for him. Jaylen Brown 25, Kemba Walker 13 on 15 shots. Marcus Smart 5 points on 2 for 10, so not the greatest guard play. Robert Williams killing it again with 14 and 9, 70% shooting. Jeff Teague, no points in 9 minutes. Peyton Pritchard, no points in 12 minutes. Yeah, bench depth is an issue for the Celtics this year. That's basically the difference in this game, is Utah's gotten 20 out of Jordan Clarkson and 14 out of Ingles. And the Celtics have barely gotten anything out of their reserves. All right, let me load up that game. And it looks like Utah's about to close it out on them. Nothing. We're in free throws. Nothing actually to really watch. All right. Well, everything we just talked about, they're pretty solid. Did Ilyasova play? Probably not yet, right? I didn't see him. No, he was active but did not play. George Niang looks like he's ahead of him in the depth chart. So, yeah, how do we tackle that? Because I've already got him here and him here. Let's just do this at a base. They're both so similar. But Ilyasova is a much better rebounder. Yeah, I'm not going to find much with Niang to actually boost him up. I guess these got to go down for Ilyasova. Oh, yeah. For sure. Okay. Let me just check in with what he did last year. If it'll load.
Hey John. Hope all is well. Just wondering if you'll be taking a look at some of the Thunder's younger players like Malden, Brown, Poku, Jur.
Hey Pete, what's up? Sorry, I was responding to a tweet. Yeah, the Thunder are we're coming up on them. I'm not in a super rush. Probably by the time the deadline hits, I'll be more enthused about touching them up. They still have a lot of guys that they're still getting minutes under their legs. Like, how many minutes has Moses Brown played so far? Yeah, Moses Brown has only played like 100 minutes, so it's on my radar that he's played very well in those minutes, but nothing that like I can afford to wait a week on them. I think I don't edit in the same way that 2K does. You know, they better have something done by the update, but I'm not. I think I'm past the point of trying to maintain where, like the data.
Cool.
I'm not so much trying to maintain the NBA on a day-to-day level like they have to at the moment. I'm more like focused on just like refining things for like certain teams. Like I have 18 teams right now that I feel are very well refined, whereas they have like all 30 of their teams are pretty, subpar. Or like the kind of bare minimum type of effort. Like they're updating everybody, but only on a surface level. I'm preferring to go a little bit deeper. I remember what I was doing before I responded to the tweet. Yeah, we got to drop Ilyasova's defense. Why is it even this high to begin with? Well, I guess because I usually wait on career a little much. So 2019, he was 85th percentile. But last year, he was 35th percentile. And he was generally always like 80th percentile. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna drop this by 70 here. And this should hopefully knock him down. Beautiful. And then perimeter defense.
Yes, the next update should be a bigger one, hopefully.
Well, the next
a lot of badge updates needed. Also, they need to touch on a ton of players' speed in A.
I'm not expecting a big update. So typically around All-Star weekend is when we get the big badge update, and I think that's because with a week off, like what else are they going to do? You know, we had a week of. I'm not expecting a lot of rating changes otherwise because we only have a week of games. You know, so if they didn't have any, I don't know how much of that is. I figure most of what they change is actually automated anyway, so I don't think it's necessarily like a time investment for like, oh, they had a week off, It might just be, I don't think that Stoffer works on the badges himself, so whoever does work on the badges, I think I know who, they probably get the free chance to actually work on them during All-Star Weekend, so we'll see. But it wouldn't surprise me if there were no changes. I don't, part of the wrench is next gen's out, not current gen, so, and they swapped up a lot of
I think I
badges.
have an idea who as well.
Because there's two different sets of badges, I don't think that they would adjust any for current gen, or at least among the ones that are obsolete now. What the fuck? fuck? Where? Ilyasova for perimeter defense. I'm like embarrassed that he's an 80 right now, but. All right, last year 74th percentile in only 17 possessions. God, I hope that's not a. Well, the year before that was 84th percentile in 49 possessions. Like, yeah, that's becoming more. Oh my God, 96th percentile, 89th percentile. You got to go back to 2017, and well, oh my God. Yeah, I'm gonna tweak him down to 75, but that's we're definitely ignoring the data at that point. But got him down to 76. Get over him. All right, perfect. That works. Let's see where this Heat Cavs game is at. And let me tweak my Ursan, Ilyasova. Okay. So much cleanup. It's been one of the more annoying years for editing. Just in terms of like all the positions and stuff. Kind of going back and forth. Celtics, no changes necessary. Yeah, let's check in with this Cavs Heat game. All right, Bam's back. Butler's killing it. I got Butler up to a 95, which I'm pretty proud of this rating relative to 2K. Not gonna lie. Tyler Hero, 15 off the bench. Iguodala, 1, 2, 3. KZ Apollo played. Okay. Because Achiuwa's out. All right, makes sense. Precious Achiuwa. How many games did he miss? This is his first one, or I guess second one of the year. All right, so that's fine. Akpala. Well, he's in the rotation for the moment, it looks like. Some of that was maybe due to Bam being out. And I guess they're sticking with him even though Bam came back. Well, I guess because, yeah, he absorbed Achiuwa's minutes for this game. He's probably losing his spot otherwise. Do we have him at the right position? We have him at the 3, and he should really be at the 4. Well, at least going off of Basketball Reference. Maybe that's incorrect. Maybe they're counting, maybe BBR is counting Iguodala as a 3 rather than a 4. Kind of a weird, the year is so weird. And yeah, like part of that is because they count Jimmy Butler as a 4. Yeah, so I'm still I guess if we're counting KZ as like Jimmy Butler's backup, it's fine. I don't know, dude. This is like the most suspect part of the team. Because ideally, I think they want Iggy as a 3, not a 4. You just need to get a replacement for what's his name, Crowder, at the deadline. Oh, Marvin Bagley broke his wrist. So let me deactivate him here. Looks like Bielitsa may not be on the move. He might be the starter over the tail end of the season. I guess we'll find out. Let's see for the Cavs on the other side. Nance started. Pretty ugly offensive game for this team. JaVale McGee, 16 and 8 off the bench. Sexton, 21 points and only 2 assists. Darius Garland, 9 points, 3 assists. He's kind of fallen. He had an okay start to the year, and he's kind of tailed off. Isaac Okoro, 10 points. Jared Allen, quiet game. Maybe he was in foul trouble or something. Or the Bam effect, I don't know. Yeah, not a great night offensively for them. Oh, let me turn on the Knicks game, because they're fourth quarter and it's pretty close. Kind of forgot that they were playing. Time flies.
Our own as African Americans, but just by the look of the Knicks bench there, it appears quickly might be coming back in the game.
Well, Burks not as adept off the dribble getting in the paint, but he did the previous time, but missed the jumper. Well, Randall has to be a tired man trying to hold on.
Yeah, Randall 19 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists, but he's missed his last 8 shots.
Yep.
Credit a lot of that to Philadelphia defense. The Sixers have some good defenders led by Ben Simmons. Obviously, no Joel Embiid, but Thibault as well.
See what the Knicks have come up with.
And Quickly is back in the game, as is Thibault to guard Quickly. So it's Barrett, Bullock, Burks, Randall, and Emmanuel Quickly. Back to Burks. Burks looking for open, lost the ball, knocked away by Tobias Harris. A very costly turnover.
They're so hell-bent on looking to make the pass, didn't protect the ball. Harris, good sleight of hand.
Simmons hands off to Curry. Back up top, Tobias Harris.
Gonna live and die with Harris right now.
Harris one-on-one once again with Bullock. Gets in the paint, save shot. Tipped by Simmons, won't go. Barrett comes away with a rebound. Barrett brings it up, finds Julius Randle. Randle throws into a double team, finds Barrett. Barrett throws it down. It's a 2-point game.
Barrett did a good job staying away from the action. So he was able to come open underneath.
17 for Barrett. Going up on a minute remaining. Knicks down by 2.
Gonna have to stop Harris.
Now Harris guarded by R.J. Barrett. Drives baseline, shut off nicely, pulls it back out to Curry. Curry with 4 to shoot. Into the lane, layup is up, missed it. Rebound, check, still loose. Ben Simmons has it. Simmons goes up, he missed it. Rebound, Bullock. 42 seconds remaining, Knicks down by 2.
Good job by the Knicks not fouling Simmons. He came up short.
Julius Randle one-on-one with Tobias Harris.
He's had success against Harris tonight.
Randle puts it on the floor, drives, head fake, pass inside to Barrett. Barrett now goes inside, falling away, shot no good. Randle quickly with the rebound. Knicks have the foul. And they
Rip.
Ben Simmons, a smart decision, although the Knicks are not in the penalty yet. That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes.
You go through the same scenario. RJ had a shot in the paint. Came up short. Watch Randall, he'll get inside, nothing there. With RJ along the baseline. Watch, he got the shot he wanted. 7-footer, short.
Clank.
He's been knocking those down recently. That one wouldn't fall, so now they'll inbound. Remember the Knicks last night did some great things defensively down the stretch against Brooklyn. Didn't foul immediately. Tried to draw 5-second violations. Good ball denial. Pass inside the court. There's the double team. And they call a quick foul. Randall didn't think they should have called the foul right away. Knicks like to do that where they double team and don't just automatically commit the foul.
Last night was the best I've seen, Mike. They were doing it splendidly. But this time, Korkmaz never had the ball, really.
Well, Tom Thibodeau felt the same way. You could see Randall right away saying, no way, I wasn't fouling.
Watching it, why he has a challenge, he should challenge. It's a challenge.
Well, he didn't. His body came into him a little bit on that. Korkmaz misses the first. Knicks still have one timeout remaining. By the way, the foul on Randall, his third.
Korkmaz, the man from Turkey, divers in for defensive purposes.
Huge free throw right here, and also to get the rebound. Korkmaz knocks it down, and the Knicks will use their final timeout, trailing by 3 with 15.1 seconds remaining.
This is so reminiscent to last night, Mike. Similar scenario here, Will.
Well, we got a game.
Just take a look at last night.
Down 3 with 15, the Knicks are.
In the second half to cut it to 3. And had a chance, but Kyrie Irving got a piece of the ball, and Randall came down. It's called for the traveling violation. It's really the correct call, but the league issue is statement that it was the right call. Because the ball never left Randall's hand. He was very upset after the game, wanted to go talk to Scott Foster. And unfortunately, the Knicks were able to keep him away.
Now a little deja vu for the Knicks.
So the Knicks can advance the ball. Now, 15 seconds is a lot. If you can score a quick two-pointer and cut it to 2, that's a lot of time. Unfortunately, though, the Knicks are out of timeouts now. And Philadelphia is in the penalty. So back-to-back road games against the 2 best teams in the East, coming down to the final seconds.
Obviously, if you're the Sixers, you don't want to foul and deny the 3 ball.
Well, you know, that rookie would not be hesitant to put up the big shot if he gets the opportunity. He did not play lock down the stretch. Alec Burks was playing the point guard. And quickly comes back out. Danny Green has re-entered for defensive purposes. As both teams going small here.
Burks has attempted 8 3 balls, only made 3 of those. So they have quickly, as you alluded to, Mike. Bullock also 3 of 5 downtown.
Burks saying, I want some room. Murat Kogut, the official, saying, just move back.
Well, he should be behind that line that he's standing on. That's good. He should be standing behind that line.
But Tom Thibodeau is arguing it as well.
That's why that line is there, folks.
Key here is setting good solid screens. Quickly gets free. Burks finds quickly. Manuel quickly puts up the three-pointer. Off the mark. Rebound Randall. Back out Bullock. Bullock at three-pointer. And he stepped out of bounds.
Oh, I was going to say, if he got called for a foul on a 3.
Well, an egregious blunder there.
Now the Knicks can try and deny the ball. Philadelphia calls timeout. Boy, Randall got fouled. And you see Bullock, that heel initially touched it.
It's only like 3 feet between that line and the arc.
Wait a minute. I don't know if did the heel touch it. The official right there
That
was
play,
looking at it.
it looked like the before play he came down right there. Well, that's so close. I don't know.
I don't know if he touched it while he had the ball. That's really close, Clyde.
Yeah.
That's actually, Tom Thibodeau should challenge that. They have not used their challenge. But he's got it. Now, boy, that is so close, Clyde.
Looked like he was on there for a second.
Just looked like it just kind of grazed the
Look at the
line.
shot he's rushing. There's 8 seconds on the shot.
Right.
You have eternity still left to dupe the guy. And the birthday boy, the old heel trick.
So now, Philadelphia Philadelphia still has a timeout remaining. They'll advance the ball to the front court. Knicks did some terrific ball denial last year in forcing the Nets to have to call a timeout because they couldn't get the ball in bounds. That's what they have to do now. And obviously go for the steal on the inbounds.
Yep, they were superb last night.
Knicks with only 12 points here in this fourth quarter. Harris inside and gets it and is immediately fouled. And he can pretty much put this one away with free throws.
It's very apropos that he should. Like, he's been the demon tonight, their chief adversary. So Harris, 28 points, looking for more.
Knicks just 4 of 18 from the field here in the fourth quarter.
Fatigue, I think, set in on him. Showed a little attrition down the stretch. You see it in Randall's game.
Harris makes it a 4-point game with 7.8 remaining and no timeouts for the Knicks. 29 for Tobias Harris.
Yep, he had all the answers. All the key buckets, the swoop to the hoop, stop and pop in the paint. It's too much for the Knicks tonight.
Harris hits a pair. Knicks also missed 8 free throws in this game. Quickly has it. 5-point game. Daniel quickly drives, goes inside, lays it up and in with 2.9 remaining. It's trying to deny again. Harris gets free. And now dribbles it out, and that'll do it. Boy, this is a heartbreaker for the Knicks.
Rip.
They led by 9 to start the fourth with 2 friends, part of that coaching staff that won a championship with the Celtics. But a difficult loss for Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks as the Sixers, without Joel Embiid, able to beat the Knicks. Knicks missing some of their key players as well. They could have used Derrick Rose tonight, but fall short. Our amazing moment of the game presented by Lexus, official luxury vehicle of the Knicks. Experience amazing at your local dealer today.
Harris, isolating, devastating.
LOL, Knicks. Alright, let's see what's going on with the Knicks. Maybe I need to sideline a bunch of their guards. Let's see the box for this game. 19, 15, and 8 for Randall. 17, 8, and 4 for Barrett. Quickly got the start. 13 points, 3 assists. Nerlens Noel, 6 and 8, 4 blocks. Gibson and Burks with RK off the bench. Obi Toppin, no points. He's trending on Twitter. Let me find out why.
Peyton Rose have been out last few games. Quickly started last 2 games at PG.
Looks like Toppin is trending just because he's terrible. Yeah, I know. They're in this weird space of how many consecutive games they've missed is going to factor whether I injure them or not. Rose has been sidelined for, I guess this is his 6th game in a row. Yeah, he's definitely deactivated. Peyton, I think, missed less. Peyton, yeah, this is Peyton's third game in a row that he missed. I don't think I need to deactivate him. But Rose for sure. I don't think, I think rating wise they're fine. Oh god, am I actually, hold on. Am I putting Taj Gibson ahead of Topin in the rotation? Obi's playing 12 and a half minutes a game.
The broadcast keeps putting Bullock at SF and Barrett at SG. I thought it was the other way around. I haven't watched them for last few game.
You could, it's kind of both. I don't know how to, like, Barrett's handling, for, like, games like this, you could consider Barrett the 2, because he's getting more on-ball responsibility with all the point guards out. And, like, Bullock offensively is more or less like a 3-and-D guy. But I think I don't remember defensively whether or not Bullock guards 2s or 3s. I haven't seen it, any relevant possessions, kind of. Let me see where Bullock's rebounding is at, because that's kind of my tell-all. Well, Bullock's rebounding is slightly up. Like, if he is a small forward, he's like the worst rebounding small forward in the league. You can sort of make a case for him. Yeah, let me see their lineups real quick with him. I'm not... yeah, half of his... He plays primarily with Barrett. Like, the way that you would get him at the 3 is if he was playing, like, next to Quickly and stuff like that. Or next to Austin Rivers. But, like, the fact that he doesn't really means it's not, like, super necessary. Like, that's what makes Burks a 3. Is that Burks is pretty much coming in for Barrett all the time and playing next to Quickly and whoever's the point guard. Bullock. Let's see. Peyton Bullock Barrett. Rose Bullock Barrett. Quickly Bullock Barrett. Quickly Bullock Barrett. Ntilikina Bullock Barrett. Peyton Rivers Bullock. Quickly Bullock Burks. What the fuck is this? This one is like Burks or Barrett is the point guard, and then Bullock is the 2, and whichever one of those guys is the 3, I guess. And then this last one is Rivers, Bullock, Knox. it's kind of like you can go either way. I prefer to perceive it this way. Let me see what RJ Barrett's rebounding's at. If that's going down, you can make an argument to move him back to the 2. No, looks like it's hanging steady. Yeah, I'm still content counting Barrett as a 3. I think long term he's probably a 2, but with the way that this team is constructed, like if they got a better 3 than, or just a better player than Bullock, you'd put Barrett at the 2. Like if Kevin Knox could play, Barrett would be at the 2, but Kevin Knox can't play. Speaking of Kevin Knox, when's the last time he played? He's not hurt. He's just career's over. I think he's playing garbage time, it looks like. Yeah, Knox has played 8 games in the last month, averaging 4.5 minutes a game. Oh, I was gonna check. What's Taj Gibson minutes per game? 16. Yeah, I guess he's ahead of Tobin. Delete 8, 9. So we actually have to fix. Oh, gross. Yeah, we got to get Knox out of the rotation. Which can probably just be accomplished by doing this. Okay, and then let's do that. Okay, looks good. Yeah, realistically, like it's kind of irrelevant who's the 2 and the 3, so long as like you have a 3-guard alignment between like Bullock, Barrett, and Alec Burks. As if they're not running Kevin Knox, then it doesn't really matter who's the 2 and who's the 3. I just knocked him down to a 73. Is Knox even ahead of like Ntilikina right now? Not that Ntilikina even plays, but no, I would still have Knox ahead of Ntilikina. This could be the last week for a lot of players on this Knicks roster. Would not be surprised to see a bunch of them dealt. If they were ever going to trade Ntilikina, they missed the boat on it by like fucking 4 years. me see the Sixers box.
Ntilikina played a few games in the last 2 weeks. He
Yeah.
got replaced by Quickly as starter.
Well, yeah, he was awful in the last game, right? Like he only played 10 minutes or something like that. And had 1 point. Frank Ntilikina. Or the last two, oh my god, yeah, the last 3 games he went scoreless. He was 0 for 1 against the Thunder in 7 minutes. 0 for 5 against the Nets in 16 minutes. And he fouled out in 16 minutes. Like, he's toast. And it's wild because, like, the 2 games that he scored in double figures this year, like, he's 3 for 3 on threes, 4 for 4 on threes. The game against the Pistons, he's 3 for 3 on threes. Like, he has these games where
You have to think Ntilikina, Knox and Rivers all get moved.
Ntilikina has these games where he can't miss, and you're like, oh man, if only we can get this out of him every, you know. Not that any of it's in high volume. He's just the fucking future Avery Bradley. That's it. And the problem is he's playing for a team right now that doesn't need that. Let me see the Sixers box. Simmons, 16-3 and 13-7. Curry had 20. Looks like he's back to normal. He went through a little bit of a slump. Tony Bradley, 0.7 rebounds. 30 for Harris. 1 for 10 for Green. A double-double for Dwight Howard in 27 minutes. Shake Milton, 2 points, 1 for 5. Korkmaz, 4 for 12. Looks like Maxi's out of the rotation. Maxi's probably getting moved. Okay, let me do that.
Milton has fallen off lately.
Yeah, there's not enough minutes for all these guys, is what it really comes down to. Probably Milton like a -1 and Curry a +1 based on what they're doing recently.
I think Rose is out at this point because he is at a funeral.
Yeah, DeMar DeRozan's at a funeral too. Kind of weird timing though. Rose was missing time due to like prior to the break also, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like health and safety. Alright, I need to get Maxey out of here. He probably has an intangibles buff.
You've COVID test.
Yeah, alright. Maxey. That's an easy enough fix. 70's probably fine. We just decrease the that. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Let me see what Paul Reed did in the G League, because I was hearing crazy shit like he was the best player. down there. He played 6 minutes against the Spurs. Did he play it all tonight? No, he didn't play tonight. G League. Yeah, I mean 31 PER against in the G League, 66 true shooting, 44 3-point percentage, 25 and 14 per 36. Damn. All right. I'm gonna take this suppressant off him then. I think probably safe to say he'll, same overall rating as Kevin Knox and Ntilikina. I think I'd rather have Paul Reed moving forward than either of those two guys. Just a hunch. Yeah, I'll leave him at 50 for now. I'm gonna wait for him to do something at the pro level before I boost him up further. But yeah, that's clean. Just got Axeltopane. They're clean. They don't play today, right? No. No, they were off. Bulls beat the Thunder by 20. And the Hawks beat the Rockets. Let's check out the Hawks game. Gallinari started... Well, okay, NBA.com has him at center, but it's actually John Collins. Gallinari started and had 29 on 10 of 14 shooting, 5 of 8 on threes, 6 rebounds. All right, so what we've learned is he shouldn't be coming off the bench. And I guess also the fact that this is his former team. Oh, no, never mind. He didn't play the Thunder. That was the other game, the Bulls and the Thunder. Well, I guess against the Rockets, like, they're so undersized. He should have had a good game. But that's good to see. He's going to go back to normal probably. 3 for 13 for Trae Young. 13 points, 14 assists. It's fine. The fact that he gets so many assists is what really props up his value. Nathan Knight, 15 points. I'll check in with him because I know he generally plays well when he gets time. Yeah, he had 16 and 9 in the previous game. And this is another one, so he'll probably... I already have him pretty high at a 73 relative to like 2K. 2K's got him at a 70. Anything that stands out that I can boost on him? His orb rate. Yeah, we're gonna max his orb rate out. And wait, okay, what was it? 78? Yeah. Crying. All right, that's good enough. What fucking clownery. What fucking clownery. Guess if we end up changing his position to center, that'll drop his rating by 3, most likely. To be fair, he's probably playing the 5 right now because Capella's out. Fernando didn't play. Yeah, so he was exclusively at the 5 in this game. I just like him at the 4 better than I like Fernando at the 4. Even though Fernando's technically the smaller player. Let me see Fernando. Yeah, I mean, Fernando's just bad. Like, wouldn't be opposed to seeing him get cut loose if they're able to add another 4. Realistically, when these guys come back, that'll probably push Hill back to the 4, him back to the 5. Let me check in with Capella, see how many games he missed in a row. I don't think that many. Yeah, just the 1. Now his 2nd game in a row. Alright. So they seem fine. Bogdanovic is still struggling. Probably. At some point I'm going to have to drop him down. Alright, for the Rockets. 8 points, 11 rebounds, 6 fouls for Sterling Brown. Tate had 25, 6, and 6. Hatton, 2 points, 18 minutes, kind of quiet. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Oladipo had a good game, finally. 34 on 13 of 20 shooting. Kevin Porter, 22 points, 8 assists. Continues doing what he's doing. 41 minutes. Mason Jones played well. Kmart's been alright. Anthony Lamb 0 for 4. But he's playing. When did the Rockets play again? Because they were saying John Wall would be back for Friday, maybe. They play tomorrow. And then they play on Friday. Alright, so I'm going to deactivate him. Because by that point, he will have missed 5 games in a row. Yeah, alright. Oh, and I deactivated Nwaba again. And I deactivated Crooks. Damn, this team is fucking dunzo. And Ben McLemore missed this one too. They are 8 deep. Surprised. A little surprised they're not postponing their games. I guess maybe it's not due to COVID, it's due to injuries. They should realistically be getting like an injury replacement player or something, a hardship. Maybe they don't care because the deadline's coming up. But or maybe they're not eligible for it yet because a lot of these guys are on like nagging injuries and stuff. But let me see the Hawks. Nothing crazy we got to do here. I'm okay having Nathan Knight over Okongwu here for the moment. All right, let me see Bulls Thunder. All right, Levine dropped 40 on 15 of 20 shooting, 7 of 12 on threes. Sato 13 and 7. Thaddeus Young 17, 9 and 6. And NBA.com's classifying him as the center. Maybe I'm supposed to do that. I don't know. I have Markkanen at center. I think makes more sense, but he only had 5 rebounds in 32 minutes versus Young having 9 in 22 minutes. I guess it depends on the substitution patterns of this game. If like Carter was coming in for Thaddeus Young, that's a little bit more of a compelling argument for making that swap. Pat Williams 1 for 9. Kobe White 4 points on 2 of 7. Porter 8 points. Yeah, no changes here. All right, the Thunder. Yeah, they got a fairly decent amount of cleanup that's got to be done. SGA, 21 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 8 turnovers. Kind of counteracts a good shooting night of 10 of 17, although he was only 0 for 1 on threes. Pretty weird line overall. Maladon, 8 points on 10 shots. Only 3 assists. Moses Brown, 20 and 16, 5 blocks, 9 of 16 from the field. Maybe if he was matched up with Thaddeus Young, that would explain things a little bit. But I mean, well, I guess either Thaddeus Young is too small, or Lauri Markkanen is just not a defensive big, or he should get manhandled by Moses Brown, to be honest. Poku, 4 points on 9 shots is whatever. Ruby, 11 points. Kenrich Williams, 14 points. Jerome, 11. Darius Miller played. Justin Jackson played. Okay, at the very least, let's fix that. I don't think that is necessary anymore now that Jerome is playing. But Dort did not play. Okay, DNP, injury, illness. That's why Poku started. Poku, I guess let's make him a secondary 3. Baisley, let me see how many games he's missed in a row. I don't think a ton. This is his 4th in a row. Yeah, so I'll deactivate him. And Horford. I think Horford's in and out of the lineup. I don't think he's actually hurt. Horford, where he at? Yeah, Horford's in and out of the lineup. Missed 2 games, played 2 games, missed a game, played 2, missed a game. Is he just not playing double back-to-backs? Yeah, it looks like he doesn't play in the... He'll only play 1 game out of a back-to-back. So Jackson, because I had him at point guard or whatever, we can take that off of him. Okay. I guess Roby's probably got the thing on him. Yeah, looks like I definitely gotta tweak a bunch of these guys. I'll just do that. Not tonight, but it's on my radar for things that maybe I'll do like 2 days from now when after the 2K update. Alright, so where else have we got? Those are all the completed games. Let me check in with this Pelicans game. Bledsoe. Meh. Zion 14, Ingram 16, 8 and 6 for Ball. CJ kind of 8 points on 2 for 7 so far. Dame 15. They're down by 12. Like 2 minutes left in the second. I have nothing really. I can already tell once I get around to editing the Trailblazers, they're going to be quick. Just in general, because their roster's small and they play their starters heavy minutes. So it'll be a quick edit. And let me just see what's up with the Wolves and Lakers. All right, Jake Layman started. Edwards has been playing well with. Go figure with Beasley out. Edwards is having a good stretch, right? Rubio's 4 for 4. Holy shit! His best game of the year. Vanderbilt's okay. Towns. It's still early. Oh my god, Damian Jones started? Good god. Yeah, that game just started, so nothing to really read into there. I think I'm gonna call it here. Did enough maintenance. Moving forward, like I still got to work on. The Thunder and the Pistons are probably the teams that need the most work on my end. Otherwise, I'm pretty content with all the other teams in the roster. Probably am switching these guys' positions. Let me just do a quick stat check. Yeah, okay. Okay, I don't know if I necessarily agree with the 83 for Bledsoe, but that's just because he's going to rate higher at 2 guard than he will at the 1. So that's going to rate Lonzo. Starting point guards are worse this year than they were previously. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24. The 22nd best starting point guard, which kind of reflects how many injuries there are league-wide, I think. Or I don't know, maybe there's just or there's a lot of good players who are actually backups, like Derrick Rose, Dragic, Lou Williams, Brunson, Devontae Graham, etc. Guys like T.J. McConnell, who I think would be better starters than like the lower end guys like Michael Carter Williams, Ricky Rubio, Alfred Payton, etc. Bledsoe. This 83 at shooting guard is kind of laughable. He probably would need the intangibles thing done to him. 2K's got him at a 78 for what it's worth. This rates him a point higher than where I've got Colin Sexton, Derek White. Puts him on par with Wiggins and LeVert. Like, I don't know. I'll figure that out later. Yeah, thanks guys for watching. And I'll probably be live tomorrow doing a little bit more cleanup. Alright, I'll check y'all later.